All right, starting part 3. So just gonna go through my bags here and check into some stuff. So one of the things that we got right towards the end of that last video there was this faction unlock token. So if you look in your stats here, you'll see that I've killed now 25 faction 2. So this is just keeping track of different enemy types that I've killed. And I've killed 2 faction 3. That just happens to be those lizard people. And faction 2 is the humans. So by killing 25 of them, I got this um, quest unlock item. The other thing is it looks like the recording is not capturing the correct location on the screen for the mouse. So obviously right now I'm pointing at the faction unlock, or at least it looks like it is to me. But if I go over to this quest guy here, faction quest guy, um, he offers a bunch of different rewards for different amounts of reputation. So if you go down here, this is currently just showing all the quests with some of the ones that we don't have prerequisites for kind of grayed out temporarily. But you can see here for Faction 2, by killing 25 of them, I can get a quest reward that increases all of my damage to this faction by 15%. So basically, I'm going to be much more effective at fighting this particular faction now. So I'll put and go check my stats here. You'll see that now it says Faction 2 damage bonus 15%, which will definitely help in eliminating more of those bad guys quicker. So yeah, looking in my spell or my bag here, I also have this spell unlock slot. So if I take that over to the mage trainer here, I can turn that in. You'll see that my 5th icon here at the hotkey now just opened up. So that's super cool. And then we have $49, so might as well go and see if we want to buy something. So we have opportunities to either buy Life Tap, Fear Man, or Throw Dirt, and they're all crazy different. So this Throw Dirt is kind of uses an endurance similar to your attack melee. You can see that it's white. So all of these use endurance, and then all the other ones typically use mana. So this one would be an AoE stun on a long cooldown, so that could do like help us interrupt casters that are either healing or nuking us. For Fearman is a single target fear with kind of a long cooldown. Well, 8 seconds, not too long, but just a single target fear, and then which causes the enemy to kind of run around in terror, but it could actually break on damage. And then Life Tap is ability that you do damage and heal yourself in return. So we have $49. I might as well maybe grab Throw Dirt, I guess, so that we have a chance of interrupting some of those healers. So if I go into my spell book now, I mean, for example, maybe I want it to be in slot 2 so I can forget the spell that was already there and memorize Throw Dirt in that position. And then maybe I don't want Comet anymore and I want to use Lightning Strike. And then maybe I also want Poison over here. So just a different selection here. Lightning Strike we haven't really used yet, but it's a really hard hitting elemental spell. So it hits for more damage than say like the Comet does. And it doesn't require any range. And it is instant cast, so it's pretty different. So we'll try that out. The thing with Lightning Strike though is you don't really know when it's going to hit, so it could hit right away or it could take a long time to hit actually. So over here, let me see, is there anything else in our bags that we want to maybe turn in? Oh, the spider eggs. We can go and check that out. Oh, wait, hang on, never mind. So here is a bunch of information about mastery power. So, this mastery trainer here and the tutorial here shows you a lot of the information I've been trying to explain about, how you do more damage to a particular enemy. So um, definitely read through some of this stuff here. Gives you examples of, bigger bars are better. you're looking at an enemy and the elemental bar is very small, you're not going to do very much damage to them. But if the bar is very big for say decay, you might want to use decay type abilities against this enemy. And then the other thing, just as a reminder here, the perimeter color, which in this case represents soul, that indicates the type of attacks that they will use against you. And it's the same logic. The bigger the bar, the better it is for you. So if, for example, the bar was very small, that would be bad for you. But let me go ahead and go over to the pet trainer because I think we wanted to upgrade this. We have enough money, like we have the wood, the stone, the crystal, but we don't have this quest. But this is easy to turn in. It just says we need to unlock this quest pet skill. So right over here at the pet quest board is the quest, and all it requires is bringing in 4 of these spider eggs, which we happen to collect in our adventuring. So if I turn that in, again, but most importantly, we unlocked another spell slot for our pet. So we actually don't know any other spells, so really nothing we could put into that slot. But we can buy some new ones soon. So if I go over here now, you'll see that I now have, let's see, all green. I've completed the quest. Everything's good to go. I can go ahead and upgrade this this building, and you'll notice like right now it's a little hut, and if I hit upgrade, it is a slightly bigger hut. And actually, you'll see now that it unlocks some new perks of this building. So the first thing it gave us was this pet mastery item. So this is our first town perk, and you can see how powerful it is. It gave our pet 100 extra HP and a bunch of other stats, which basically is equivalent to like leveling up your pet. He's much stronger now, and he's going to be able to fight higher level enemies. But in addition to that, you'll see that basically we unlocked the rank 1 spells here at the pet trainer. So these are now spells that we could buy specifically for our pet. So similarly, like if we wanted him to be able to do elemental damage, buying him this pet comet spell would be super helpful. So I think what I'll do though is I'll get this one, which is decay, because he has some other decay type abilities. So I'll just keep piling on that. And what this is going to do is, well, first I could turn this on here so that I can see what it says. This will actually reduce the damage done by enemies that use physical attacks. So this will be a nice debuff against physical type enemies, which are mostly the grunts and some of the giants and stuff. But then in addition to that, it does AoE damage. So this is pretty nice. So I'm going to go ahead and grab that for 15 bucks. And then I'll probably also leave that on autocast, and we'll just have to monitor to see how the pet's mana is doing. So I think we are good. One other thing about this mastery trainer here. We haven't upgraded this building yet because we haven't completed this quest, which we're probably going to go do right now. So we'll be back. But I wanted to point out that the mastery trainer has different tiers of talents that you can unlock or perks. So right now, by default, we have access to this one here, which is just mastery of the 3 different damage types, spell damage types. So for instance, you can click on any one of these here and get a bonus to that damage type. So right now, this one gives me 10 extra soul, this one gives me 10 extra decay, and this one gives me 10 extra elemental. So depending on how you want to set up your character, you could go down specific perks. So you'll see here that if you look at your stats, 37 elemental, gives us a good leg up on our elemental type spells. So when we're going to fight enemies, we'll probably prefer using our elemental type abilities to do more damage. So let's go ahead and go complete that quest actually. And then also I'll eat some food. So I will activate my fish cakes, which you can see the icon here on my cloth is this apple. So we'll have a day or so of food and a day or so of being well rested. So let's go and beat this quest. So did it say on the building? Let's see. So if I talk to this guy, he says learn synergize. He says nothing important. All right, so this one, unlock your synergy powers, recover the synergy book. Some say it's found at the top of the mountain, seen outside the town gate. So let's go and look for the mountain outside the town. So, you know, there could be a few, but I'm going to go towards this big pillar on top of the mountain there. So let me just sneak around some of these enemies because we don't need what they're defending, and they're only level 1, so we're just going to try to bypass them a little quicker. And I guess we'll clear this guy out. He's weak to decay, so I'll use that. I'll punch him, and I'll drop. I just literally wrecked from way over there. The guy blinded me, which was not cool. I'm behind this. That didn't work for me. So you can see that every time he throws that axe at me, it ends up blinding me, which makes it pretty hard to see what I'm doing. So you definitely don't want to take too many axes to the face. And now we are just continuing macro chain here. So the lightning strike is super powerful. It did 172 damage, which is pretty crazy. So we're just going to finish this guy off by mailing him, which caused us to wander into some plants. So I might as well grab those too. These guys look like they're defending a crystal mine, but I don't want to get distracted. I want to go and learn synergy if possible. So I'm going to go run up this hill. And let's see, what do we have here? Level 2. So we're just going to poison him, drop a lightning strike. Wait for the lightning to land eventually. Ooh. Okay, so that was super duper powerful. Wow, 268. That was super effective. So we'll collect this artifact. And then, in the interest of actually having the maximum amount of endurance, I think I'm just going to leave that on the floor. And then we got to be careful clearing out these enemies. I don't want to get too many. Oh, so this is a level 1. So this should be super simple. I'm just going to queue up a lightning and run up and try to go get the face actually. So he's gone. So. And then this statue here looks like it's got some sort of potion, so we'll drink that. And okay, so we got a 600 second on HP buff, which is pretty nice. So okay, yeah, we have 300 and something health now, so we are super strong for a little while. And those potions respawn every few days at these altars, so keep a lookout for that altar that you see over there, and you can get different long-lasting perks. So my goal is to kill this guy up here, this level 2 powerful mage. And he's very similar to the other mages, but you can see he's wearing a hat. So that makes him powerful. So let's clear out this guy first. So queue up the lightning, get the poison, send him the pet. I can him. So you'll see he didn't even get a chance to send out that attack because I threw dirt first. And we're really clearing these enemies pretty quick now. So I think it's the right time to try and take this guy out. So we'll just go ahead and snare him, queue up the lightning strike, punch him in the face. And then he's doing this AoE blast, which I did not get out of the range of last time. So you can see I took some serious damage there, so I don't want to die. So I'm going to stay away from him. And, okay, we got him down. So part of the quest was to go find this synergy book, so I'm going to go ahead and collect that. That says use to unlock your synergy powers at the Mastery Shrine. So that's this guy over here. and it says unlocks your synergy powers. We'll do that. And what happened now is on our toolbar here, in addition to this like flee ability, we now have this new ability called Synergy Attack. And this is a interesting ability that works in conjunction with whatever synergy you have selected. So back in town earlier, I was showing you that we could select one of those 3 tier 0 talents, whether it be Elemental, Soul, or Decay, and I went with Elemental, which primarily gave me this perk to Elemental. So you can see, 37 Elemental. So I have this Elemental type, I'm rank 1, I've got 37. So now by having this ability, I'll show you what that does. Is so if I were to attack this guy over here and get my Fireball out, which is also Elemental. So by using abilities that align with your synergy, you have a chance to create this synergy power here that you see over his head, this purple check mark. And the reason why that's important is because you can redeem those with this synergy attack, and this costs no mana. It's just on a little bit of a cooldown here, and it is super effective. So I'll just show you what it looks like. Whenever you start casting it, it creates this little like mini game here, and the idea is that you. And by the way, I'm interrupting it by hitting jump, but just so I can show it to you a few times. But the point is that you're supposed to click it and then click it again. And what that does for you is it's going to do damage based on the synergy type, which in my case was Elemental. And then it also regenerated some of my mana. And it didn't actually cost me any mana to cast it, so it is a nice little perk there for using abilities that are in your synergy type. So I'll show you again when I get back to town how we can change that and utilize other types of spells. So let me go ahead and grab this stone here. And then I'm just going to kind of run over here, grab this, and then it looks like it's clear all the way over to this scroll. So I'm going to try to go grab this real quick as well. And then kind of conveniently too, I should probably try to consider killing this guy because he's defending this this wizard spire. So let me keep trying to push forward here. Let me go ahead and drop my bag on the floor, and I'm going to try to take this guy out. So I'm going to drop a lightning bolt and a comet on him. And then you can see I have now gotten that synergy, so I'm going to use that. Hit him, get some mana back, and he is fleeing. So, blame up. Oh, my pet can maybe finish him off for me. Oh, he rejected casting a fireball again, so okay, we took him out. And the interesting thing about him is he dropped a portal shard, and these shards can be used to teleport back to town. So kind of saving me the whole journey back to town, which we're kind of far at this point. So let me go ahead and grab my bag back. I guess we could go ahead and pick up whatever is easy over here before we flee back to town. So we'll also grab this. And you can kind of see this area here. We're starting to get into like a higher level area. So the enemies here are level 2 when they're paired up. Some of them are level 3. Working your way up this tower all the way to the top. Looks like there's a level 3 and another level 3. And then the point of coming up here was because we can teleport home. But I'm greedy, and I think I'm gonna go get this other item before I teleport home. And one of these guys, level 2, level 3, and if I have just walked into a trap, which is not good. So, is it him? and he is only to decay and physical. So of course am currently carrying so much stuff on me that I can't even attack. So I could either try to just burn him down with damage, or I'll just let my pet take care of him. My pet's doing an excellent job. I could always click flee and run away from this fight, but I think I'm gonna have to do that here in a second. I just want to die. Okay, he's dead. Now I'm gonna go flee. I'll show you what happens. Okay, so fortunately that worked, and it dropped me out of combat, and it is based on luck. So depending on how many enemies are near you when you flee, in that case, even though I was engaged with 2 enemies, none of them were like specifically right on top of me, so I had a much higher chance of fleeing successfully. But you'll see that it killed my pet. It actually lowered my health to like 20%, and then it also dropped the bag on the floor. So that's all kind of effective using the flee command. But now that we were able to successfully live, we don't have to respawn. Oh, yikes. Okay, so I'm trying to avoid that guy. And I think now is the right time to go ahead and return to town. So actually, nope, I'm not going to return to town. I'll drop this bag. I'm going to keep fighting. Because it's almost going to tick over to the next day. It'd be nice to stay here till sunrise. So let's go ahead and, with the advantage of being up on this hill, I'm going to go ahead and get my snare spell back. And I think what I'll do is I'll start a lightning strike, wait for that to come, hit him with the poison. And you can see he's level 3, so he's got a lot of health, but he's slowly making his way around town. It's daytime, which is nice. I'll use my synergy attack. Nothing, it generates my mana. Alright, so we got rid of him. Alright, look at this. There's so many resources here. We might as well just keep risking it. Do the lightning strike. Do the snare. Poison. And looks like we're doing pretty good. So all these little single pulls are actually pretty easy. Oh wait, don't I have a backpack here somewhere? Uh-oh. There is my backpack. Okay, up on the hill. Alright, so we did that. We can pick this up. Oh wait, I'm not gonna pick that up. I'm gonna go ahead and try to fight you two. So I'll send in my pet over there. Cue up a lightning strike. Hit him with that. And then I'm gonna end up casting. Oh no, I don't have any stand up. I've got too many bags on my back. I've made poor choices. Alright, let me just try to finish this guy off since he's only level 2. I can't interrupt him because I have no stamina. And I just screwed up my synergy cast, so that was very badly done. And then help my pet finish this guy off too, and he's running like a maniac. So, looking at my clock here, looks like we got a little bit of time until my corpse expires, so I think I can go ahead and grab this crystal. Grab this artifact. And I can't long jump, so I have to take the long way around, which could be very bad for me because I might lose my corpse. Nah, we got this. Alright, so we're gonna get the corpse. Alright, so now I got the world's largest backpack. Let's go ahead and return to town. Because we've been out for so long we don't actually have our rested buff anymore. So we are down quite a bit of mastery and endurance. So travel to town, which this will be a quick teleport to town. And in order to travel to town, you have to have that portal stone from the mage, and using it consumed it. So that portal stone is gone, but we can teleport back whenever we want. We can teleport to the place we came from, but to get back to town, we have to always collect one of those shards. So what'll be nice now is actually just saw that when we defeated that spy, he dropped a insignia, which is pretty nice because I know the banker wants that. So let me go ahead first and deposit all these artifacts, which we deposited like a billion of them. So if you look here, you can see that we're all green for upgrading the mastery yard. So now that we learned synergize and collected enough resources, we'll go do that here next. But let me turn in this quest here that I remember from uh, uh, this guy here will give me a pair of gloves for that spy insignia that I got from almost dying. So let's turn that in, and I can go ahead and get some health mana and a bunch of elemental mastery, some mind power, all good stuff. So now we've got a weapon, some gloves, and pet has also been improved. Um, and then what will be nice now is going over to Mastery Trainer guy, and I think we have enough to upgrade. So you'll see similarly this little hut here. If you hit upgrade, I guess first of all the house gets bigger and gets more improved, and then there are other features here. The first one being this Mastery Charm, which by giving us basically 5 in all of them, effectively like levels us up. So we now are going to be much more competitive at fighting higher level enemies because our damage will be more effective. So, for example, like if I go and I click on this level 1 enemy, all our bars are starting to look really nice and full. On this level 4 enemy, depending on the different mastery, we're more effective at one versus the other. Obviously, elemental is kind of what I've been putting all my stuff into, so a bit more effective there. But if I go back over here, you can see that we've now unlocked these rank 1 talents. So you could learn any one of these now. So each one is unique. I'll just read through them here. So this one says if you finish off an enemy with a weapon attack, it should really just say a weapon attack, you will get a spell damage buff. So, extra 15% damage if you kill an enemy with your weapon, which is pretty cool. This one here, you have a chance to regenerate mana whenever hitting the enemy. So, if you're meleeing a lot, you just want to regen your mana. And then this one is really fun. This one, anytime you're meleeing with your weapon, you get a chance to have a buff that makes your next spell cast twice as fast. So, depending on what your play style is, I think I will actually take this one because I think it's kind of fun. But the idea is that you should probably have a spell on your bar that has an actual cast time, so that you can take advantage of it. So for me, I'll probably go ahead and get rid of Lightning Strike, I think, and I'm going to put Comet on my bar. That way, anytime I trigger the fast cast, I could just send off a really quick Comet. So let's see here. Okay, so we upgraded all that. We upgraded our guy, so we're much stronger now. One thing we did not do is rest at town. So in the last video, I think we returned the barrel of beer, which gives us a much more powerful rest buff, meaning it lasts 2 days instead of 1. So the other thing we could do is we've got a ton of these artifacts. I mean, like literally 16 of them, and we've only got 200 health and 300 mana. So I think what we'll do is we can turn in 3 of them for 5 health. So I'm just going to do that. And now we have 310 health, and that will help us have more survivability. And then what else can we do? I think we have some of this bush that we found out in the woods. Turn that into bean soup. So now we can go ahead and click activate on some of our food so that we regenerate our mana faster. And then also at the end, we can go ahead and sleep for 3 hours. And now we have, 2 days of well rested. So then the next thing we can do is go look over here at this crafting table. I don't think we've looked over here yet, but you'll see some stuff that we can do for crafting. So for this one, for example, we could actually do this right now. All we need is this tarnished ring, shiny gem, and the basic armor pattern. And we got these from fighting all the enemies that we've been fighting. So the shiny gems would come from mages. The tarnished rings came from all the different grunts we were killing. And then that basic armor pattern, the first one was available for free. It was just like sitting over here on the floor. We picked it up earlier. But the beauty of that is now that we can turn those things into helmet. And then what's nice about that is by making any like tier 1 item, we will unlock the ability to make all the tier 2 stuff. So this is kind of a gateway into the crafting world here. So we're just going to create that helmet and equip it. And you'll see here that, once again, we get different mastery distribution. So this one's actually pretty heavily focused in physical. But we still get crit, health, and mana, and a bunch of other stuff that are going to make us more powerful. So that's all good. And then, like I mentioned, we unlocked some additional crafting recipes here. So for this one, it's an upgrading a boot, but you have to kind of have the regular boot before you can upgrade your boot. This one is similarly, like you have to get a stall before you can repair it. So we got to go and find those items out in the world. Or this one, if we found a broken sword, we could repair it. So some different crafting items, and then the items required to make it are different things that come from different enemies. So things to go look for out in the world. Let me see here. So I think what we could do is, I know where there is another item. So we'll go get a couple items to see if we could just pump up our strength pretty quickly. Just another tutorial that popped up here that goes through explaining all the different stats. So you can come in here anytime and check those out. And then, in your inventory, we'll have all of the different stat values. But so let's go over here. This guy here is telling you that up on the top of the rock up there are some boots, or rather his stack, that if you recover, he will give you some boots. So what I'm going to do is try to get up there. So this is kind of just an area where you can learn how to do some jumping. I've already kind of talked about how these jumps work, but this area here can help you practice them, and you can get some money while you're at it. And there are some other rewards up on this tower, so we'll just go ahead and go grab these pretty quickly. And you can kind of get used to the jumping over here. And there are some different techniques, like backflips and stuff. And that was terrible. So jump forward, take a backflip, and then fall to my death. Oh no! All right. Well, maybe I should stop messing around. Let me go grab this egg. Go over here. Do a little backflip for style. This is one of those lucky items that if we drop it in the well, we can increase our character's luck permanently. So luck is a stat that is right here. And we throw that in the well for a permanent increase in luck, which is pretty powerful. All right, so we made it all the way on top, and we can go ahead and get this box here, which has the quest reward. So the idea is to bring it back over there and go get a reward. So I think what we'll do is just kind of, you can see there is fall damage, so jumping from the top could lead to your death. And you see I was able to jump, double jump, long jump, dodge in order to travel a really far distance. So the acrobatics is pretty powerful if you get the hang of it. Not saying it's super easy, but up and now we fell into the water. And then, when your character is wet, you can't cast or do acrobatics for I guess there's going to be a 10-second, 5-second lockout. So it's funny, we ate some food and took a nap, and now are spending the majority of our rested time just traversing the jungle gym over here. But so if we now turn this in, this is great. We get Flame boots, and these boots are health, mana, endurance, body power. So we could equip those. But actually, there was a quest to improve those as well. There's a crafting recipe. I cannot remember what items I need to improve them, but it might be something like these sharp stones or tarnished rings. But I don't think we have enough either way. So let's go over this way where I know there was another quest item. Not another quest item, but another piece of gear. So you can see this guy is actually level 1, but it says hated 2. And that's because I've killed him twice before. He hates me and he's more powerful. And you can see that like really bright shock that keeps appearing is my get twice as fast casting. So kind of got lucky there where it triggered twice in a row. But what was nice about that is it allowed me to do some more casting comments. So over here in this territory where there are like lizard people, I happen to know that this guy is defending a piece of gear. We are pretty strong now, so I think we can take him. I casted that ability called Fortitude, which is making it all the damage he takes by like 75% until he takes 4 hits. So we just gotta hit him a few times with the shield, and actually get the so we're just gonna finish him off. We're actually really not powerful now. We collected a good amount of gear, and you can see that this gear is pumping up our stats, right? So 38, 36, 51, 38, and that is making us much more effective against these enemies. So this level 2 here, you can see they do have an aggro range. This guy drops the bomb. You gotta try to get out of those. Each enemy has their own strategies. So we're going to go ahead and this guy was push the back of the head, and then try to. Every time we cast that, it helps fill up our mana. Which is nice, helping us get into the next fight with full mana. Okay. Oh, we came over here because we wanted this, right? So this is the shawl, which is another piece of gear, but you can see it's worn, so it's not very effective, but we can actually repair that in town if we collect correct crafting items. So let's try to take these guys out. So I think this guy wants to get hit with Elemental because he's weak to it. So you can see how that does 123 damage. It looks like we're outside the aggro range of that, which is pretty nice. So our synergy there was super effective too because he was weak to elemental damage. And the other thing about this synergy attack is that it's basing its base damage off your weapon damage. So by improving your weapons, you can continuously improve how much that synergy attack does. So we're going to collect some spider eggs here. And then this guy's level 4. I think we can take him too. So I'm just going to send my... See, I dodged that, which is pretty nice. I'm going to go ahead and interrupt that guy and try to snare him. And then I think what I'm going to do is try to fight this bug. And let my pet the other guy for a couple of seconds here. I think we're going to finish this guy off. My pet got ganked. So I need mana. So let me go ahead and hit this guy a couple times because he's snared at the moment and can't catch me. And he is weak to decay, so I might as well put a poison on him and start ticking away and see if I get my pet out. Okay, here comes the crap, he interrupts me. So I need my pet. And there he is. So that's going to help me a ton. And he's tanking me. Oh, the game is lagging really hard all of a sudden. Oh, I don't know. I guess I snared him again. That was kind of unnecessary. Oh, I think this guy is kind of kicking my ass, but let's see. Soldier on. Alright, we got him. The game lagged really hard there. I don't know what was going on. Maybe hopefully the recording didn't get messed up. Alright, so we got all that done barely. Let's go ahead and steal this from this guy. Then we'll just take all this stuff back to town and end the video after that. Just make sure the game didn't crash during the recording process. There's my little fish here. And you can see that we actually, even though we're carrying quite a few things right now, we still have some endurance because, you know, we've been getting gear and stuff like that that increases our endurance, and then we obviously are still well rested. So all these things combined are helping us travel further from town while still having the ability to fight properly. So let's get this stuff back to town and save the game. And just hope it actually recorded. So deposit those resources, and I'm going to go ahead and stop